Assalamualaikum, I am Talat Suhail. I welcome you all to Virtual University's program on Personality Psychology. Dear students, today is our lecture number 39. We are going to talk about a grand theory of personality. But before beginning with this grand theory of personality, let us go through and recap. We were talking about ABC theory of personality given to us by Albert Ellis. Now, Albert Ellis is of the view that all our irrational beliefs, all our irrational thoughts are the main cause of our maladjustments, and these irrational beliefs leads to maladjustments, and we simply learn these irrational beliefs through the process of socialization. So, it is through parents, it is through teachers, it is through peers, friends, religious political leaders, books, media, films और internet from where we learn irrational beliefs. तो जनाब हमने बड़ी डिटेल में आपसे बात की एल्बर्ट एलिस की ABC theory of personality की. उसमें जनाब बड़ा एक तवील जिक्र रहा एल्बर्ट एलिस के biographical sketch का. Then we went through his views related to human nature. We discussed ABC theory of personality. We talked about some 12 irrational beliefs, universal, global, irrational beliefs that are found in people. उसके बाद जनाब डिटेल में बात की कि what is rational emotive behavior therapy process. फिर टेक्निक्स की बात की आपके साथ कि there are basically 3 types of rational emotive behavior therapy techniques related to cognition, related to emotional area, related to behavioral area of an individual. फिर जनाब हमने देखा था कि what are the situations where REBT can be applied. So we went through the applications of REBT. Then we summarized rational emotive behavior therapy for you and evaluated it as well. So we went through a very detailed account of rational emotive behavior therapy with you. Dear students, we are talking to you about our lecture number 38, and in lecture number 38 we began talking about ABC theory of personality given to us by a very famous cognitive personality theorist, Albert Ellis. Now when we talk about the ABC theory, please take into your mind that A refers to any activating event, B refers to the belief system of an individual, C refers to the cognition or consequence of that. So C is referring to consequence. So basically A leads to C. It appears as if A is causing C, but in reality, it is not A which is causing C, it is not the activating event which is leading to a consequence. It is the B component, the belief system of the individual, which is leading towards a consequence or towards a result. Janab, Albert Ellis is also talking about the basic human nature. He thinks that we possess potential to be irrational, that is, we can be superstitious, intolerant, avoid self-actualization, and we can be rational, we can be positive, we can be tolerant, we can move in the direction of self-actualization or self-growth. So, human beings possess a potential to be rational or to be irrational, that is there within you. लेकिन हो क्या रहा है? What is happening actually? Number one, biologically and culturally, we are somehow more irrational. Number 2, we invent these irrational ideas by ourselves. So we invent these irrational ideas by ourselves. Number 3, we keep repeating these self-invented irrational ideas to ourselves again and again and again. Fourth important thing is that we have the potential, we have the capacity to change our emotions, to change our cognitions, to change our behavior. So Allah Ta'ala ने आपके अंदर जो सबसे बड़ा potential रखा है वो ये सलाहियत रखी है कि you can change your cognitions, you can change your emotions, you can change your behavior. And number 5, very important thing, we know our limitations. हमें बहुत अच्छी तरह एक अवेयरनेस और अंदाज़ा होता है कि हमारी लिमिटेशंस क्या हैं और हमारे अंदर जो कमियां हैं वो क्या हैं. So basically Alice is talking about irrational beliefs that biologically, culturally are there and disturb us. We invent these irrational ideas, we hang on to them, we keep repeating them again and again, and the net result is that they emotionally disturb you, they upset you, they lead to anxiety, they lead to depression, they lead to self-worthlessness and a number of psychological disorders as well. So what is happening when we are being irrational? We are being maladjusted. When we are being maladjusted, we are a victim of depression. We condemn ourselves, we blame ourselves, and that is leading to emotional disturbance or maladjustment in the individual. Now, as far as his ABC theory is concerned, the ABC theory is where A is the activating event, B is the belief system, C is the consequence. It was quite later that Alice added the D and the E component as well. The D refers to the dispute or debate, and E refers to the effect, that is as a result of this dispute or debate or new information that is there for the individual or this new philosophy that the individual develops, it has an impact or effect E. So individual can replace irrationality with rationality, illogical ideas with logical ideas, and your very superstitious thinking with objective scientific thinking. So when it happens, we say the A, B, C, D, E model of personality is working, where an individual is aware of the irrational ideas that he possesses, and through dispute, through debate, through new philosophy, new information, he has been able to modify it, change it, and we can see the impact that now emotionally he is well adjusted or he is a better improved person. So that is as far as Alice is talking about his A, B, C, D, E theory of personality. Dear students, it's very important to keep in mind that all of us do possess certain irrational beliefs, that a black cat may cross my way, I should not see my face in a broken mirror, or let's say 13 is a very bad number. अगर मंडे और 13 हो तो जो अंग्रेज हैं वो अपने कामों पे नहीं निकलते कि इट्स गोइंग टू ब्रिंग बैड लक और बैड ओमन, सो दे आर ऑल्सो सुपरस्टिशियस. इसी तरह हमारे कल्चर में इफ अ ब्लैक कैट क्रॉसेस योर वे, that is considered to be a superstition, and that is your irrational, illogical thinking, and that leads to emotional disturbance. So that is why this particular theory, I am certain, interests everybody. Now Alice has also talked about some main irrational ideas that lead to self-defeat and feelings of worthlessness. These are 12 global beliefs. These irrational, illogical, mistaken, dogmatic, unchallenging beliefs pushes us, emotes us, or acts as defeating ideas for the person. We must learn to stop blaming ourselves. the imperfections that one has to accept them and come out of the trap of irrationality and self-blame and self-condemnation. Now all these irrational beliefs, they are related with the self or others or about the world. So all our irrational beliefs, they are very much dogmatic, they are superstitious, and they are the ones which push us towards emotional disturbance. अब आप ये जो 12 global irrational beliefs हैं, they usually relate to the person or to others or to the self. Now, based on the idea of irrationality, he developed his rational emotive behavior therapy. और उस rational emotive behavior therapy का focus ये है, develop rapport with your client. Number 2, point out the irrational beliefs that an individual has. Demonstrate to the individual that all his basic maladjustment is due to the set of irrational beliefs. Number 4, challenge the client to validate his irrational beliefs. उसके बाद you can even use the humor to, let's say, attack the irrational beliefs of the client. और सबसे अहम चीज, ask the client to replace his irrational beliefs with rational ones. अब जो techniques of REBT है, well basically there are cognitive techniques, emotional techniques, behavioral techniques. और इन सब techniques का focus सिर्फ एक तरफ है, that the client should learn to replace irrationality with rationality. Dear students, the main goal of REBT is that individual should give up his self-defeating philosophy of life. And number 2, we should try to create self-interest, social interest in the individual. और सबसे बड़ी बात ये कि individual should have flexibility. Application REBT की कहाँ है? जितने disorders आपको नजर आते हैं, anxiety disorders, psychotic disorders, depression, hostility, anxiety, marital problems, child rearing problems, self-management, social skills, all can be treated by REBT. जब भी हम REBT की बात करेंगे, well, REBT has given us a very scientific method of attacking the irrational beliefs of an individual. Or number 2, very important thing, Alice thinks that all of us are rational beings. We think rationally, logically, we are thinking beings. It is the socialization process and something in the socialization process that makes us irrational. So it is through socialization that we learn to be irrational. Dear students, that is as far as our lecture number 38 was concerned. A very important personality theorist, Albert Ellis, talking about irrational beliefs and the prevalence of irrational beliefs leading to maladjustment, leading to depression, leading to anxiety, leading to a number of emotional disturbance in the individual. जनाब, ये तो बात रही एल्बर्ट एलिस की ABC theory of personality की. Now let us begin and talk to you about our lecture number 39. Up till now, dear students, we have covered some 17 very important theories of personality. हमने अभी तक आपके साथ जनाब 17 बहुत ही अहम, बहुत दिलचस्प और ऐसी theories of personality कवर की हैं जो आपको human nature and different areas of human nature के बारे में they are providing a lot of information. Let's see how many theories have we done. हमने कहा हमने 17 theories of personality की हैं, जिसमें फ्रॉइड की थ्योरी आपने की, यूंग की थ्योरी, एडलर की थ्योरी, कैरन हॉर्नी की थ्योरी, एरिक एरिक्सन की सोशल क्राइसिस की थ्योरी, मैस्लो की नीड थ्योरी जिसमें आपने हायरार्की ऑफ नीड देखी थी, बेसिक नीड्स, और फिर वी गो अप फ्रॉम द बेसिक टू द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन नीड. उसके बाद हमने रॉजर्स की सेल्फ थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी की, मरे की नीड थ्योरी की, एंड देन शेल्डन सोमैटोटाइप थ्योरी. बिल्कुल the body type related with temperament of the individual. Then we talked about Sullivan's interpersonal theory. फिर जनाब ऑलपॉट और कैटल की ट्रेड थेरीज पे बहुत हमारा फोकस रहा, जिसमें हमने देखा कि ऑलपॉट इज कमिंग अप विद वन सेट ऑफ ट्रेड्स एंड कैटल इज कमिंग विद अनदर सेट ऑफ ट्रेड्स. देन वी मूव्ड ऑन टू द बिहेवियरिस्टिक स्कूल ऑफ थॉट. उसमें हमने सबसे पहले डॉलर्ड एंड मिलर की स्टिमुलस रिस्पॉन्स थ्योरी की, एल्बर्ट बंड्यूरा की सोशल लर्निंग थ्योरी की, जिसमें मॉडलिंग और इमिटेशन पे, इमिटेटिंग बिहेवियर्स पे बहुत फोकस था, स्किनर की ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग वाली थ्योरी की, एल्बर्ट एलिस की ABC थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी की, कैली की कॉग्निटिव थ्योरी की. सो द क्वेश्चन नाउ कम्स टू योर माइंड व्हिच मेनी स्टूडेंट्स हैव. इज देयर अ ग्रैंड थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी? कैन वी हैव just one perfect theory of personality? Can a single theory of personality can answer all relevant questions related to human nature? और अभी तक हमने जितनी theories पढ़ी हैं, all the theories that we have studied, which one is the best? और सबसे अहम बात, कौन सी एक ऐसी theory होगी जिसको हम कहें कि दिस इज द मोस्ट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी साइकोलॉजी. दीज क्वेश्चंस कम टू योर माइंड, दीज क्वेश्चंस कम टू माय माइंड वेरी फ्रीक्वेंटली. सो जस्ट सी ऑन योर स्क्रीन अ बुक which is personality psychology. Now this book is written by two very eminent professors, and if you go through this book you get the answer that there is no ultimate theory, no grand theory in personality. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं, लेकिन कोशिश करते हैं कि ये जितने सवालात मैंने आपसे किए हैं, इन सब सवालों के वन बाय वन जवाब लेंगे, and we'll try to reach के why is that there is no grand or ultimate theory of personality. क्यों ऐसा है? But before going to that, let me take you back to lecture number 1. Now in lecture number 1 of personality psychology, dear students, we first of all defined for you what is personality. हमने सबसे पहले आपके लिए define किया था कि personality क्या है. Lecture number 2 और 3 में we focused on number 1 on what is personality measurement and some of the very important tools and tests that are used in personality measurement. जिसमें हमने ऑब्जेक्टिव टेस्ट की भी आपसे बात की थी, हमने प्रोजेक्टिव टेस्ट की भी जनाब बहुत डिटेल में आपसे बात की थी. वी इवन टॉक्ड अबाउट सर्टेन डोमेन्स, पर्सपेक्टिव्स ऑफ साइकोलॉजी, और हमने कुछ आपके साथ पर्सपेक्टिव, स्कूल्स और डोमेन्स का भी जिक्र किया था, बट दैट वाज वेरी ब्रीफ वन. And then from lecture number 4 and onwards, we began talking about theories of personality. So now let us take each question that I have posed to you one by one. Question number 1. Is there a perfect theory of personality? No, there is no perfect theory of personality. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि हमारे पास एक मुकम्मल, मुफस्सल और हर पहलू से जो पर्सनैलिटी के हर एस्पेक्ट और एरिया को कवर कर रही हो, ऐसी थ्योरी मौजूद है. नो, देयर इज नो परफेक्ट थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. कैन अ सिंगल थ्योरी आंसर ऑल द रेलेवेंट क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू पर्सनैलिटी डोमेन? नो सिंगल थ्योरी कैन फुली आंसर all the relevant questions related to personality domain or human nature such as motive, learning, emotion और perception. तो जनाब हमारे पास एक ऐसी थ्योरी नहीं जो हमें ह्यूमन नेचर और पर्सनैलिटी के डिफरेंट एरियाज such as perception, such as motive, such as emotion, such as traits के बारे में complete information दे. Question number 3. All the theories that we have studied, which one is the best? All the theories that we have studied, we cannot label one as the best and others as bad or incomplete. Each theory has emphasis on one or another important thing related to human nature. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 की कि कौन सी एक ऐसी थ्योरी होगी जो कि सारे एरियाज को, पर्सनैलिटी के सारी डोमेन्स को कवर कर जाए। हमारे पास ऐसी थ्योरी नहीं है, और उसकी वजह ये है कि पर्सनैलिटी साइकोलॉजी इज स्टिल एन इमर्जिंग साइंस। इट हैज येट टू कवर अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स। एग्जाम्पल हमारे पास ये है कि इन फ्रॉइड्स थ्योरी एम्फेसिस इज ऑन अनकॉन्शियस एंड चाइल्डहुड, id, ego, super ego. Maslow's theory explains needs and Rogers' theory explains the concept of self. Dear student, Sigmund Freud's theory is quite comprehensive, लेकिन उसमें फोकस अनकॉन्शियस और चाइल्डहुड पे, id पे है, ईगो पे है, सुपर ईगो पे। मैस्लो की नीड थ्योरी बहुत अच्छी है, लेकिन फोकस उसमें बायोलॉजिकल, साइकोलॉजिकल नीड्स के ऊपर है। रॉजर्स की थ्योरी बहुत कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव है, but the central construct is self only. Question number 4. Which theory can we trust as the most representative of human nature? Can I trust a single theory of personality to be representative of human nature? Is there a grand, ultimate or a true theory of personality? No. Dear students, a good theory of personality is one that fulfills three purposes in science. Number 1, provides the guidelines to the researchers. Number 2, organizes the known available findings. And number 3, makes predictions. हमने कहा कि एक अच्छी theory of personality वो है जिसमें तीन चीजें, तीन qualities और attributes होने चाहिए. Number 1, it provides a guideline for the researcher. Number 2, it organizes all the known available information or findings. And number 3, it should make some predictions. So let us take these three attributes one by one. Number 1, a good theory provides a guideline to the researchers. Now, as far as the first one is concerned, theory serves as guideline or a map for researchers in directing them to important questions in the area of personality psychology. Number 2, organizes the known findings. A useful function of a theory is to organize known findings. In physics, the theory of gravity accounts for facts such as why objects fall down on the earth and not remain suspended in the air, or when we walk on the ground, we press the ground and the force of the earth pushes us forward. And in biology, the theory of evolution is the one that accounts for organizing the known available facts. But in personality, we lack a theory which can account for the most known facts of human nature. Maybe Freud's theory or Maslow's theory or Alport's theory. Actually, these theories point to different domains or perspectives or schools of psychology. All the theories of personality are quite different, or that they belong to different perspectives, but they try to answer questions related to following areas. जनाब, बात आपसे हो रही है बहुत अहम चीज की, और वो ये है कि क्या पर्सनैलिटी साइकोलॉजी में वी हैव अ ग्रैंड अल्टीमेट ट्रू थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी. वी डोंट हैव दैट, बट अ गुड थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी इज वन which can fulfill three criteria which can be taken as a good sound theory, जो कि तीन चीजें पूरी कर रही हो. Number 1, it provides a guideline to the researchers. Number 2, it organizes all the available information. And number 3, very important, we can make certain predictions. ये तीन होनी चाहिए. जनाब, एक अच्छी theory of personality वो होगी जो कुछ मेन एरियाज जो हैं उनको टच करे रिलेटेड टू ह्यूमन नेचर. वी हैव गॉट थ्योरीज फ्रॉम डिफरेंट डोमेन्स, फ्रॉम डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स. वी हैव गॉट थ्योरीज फ्रॉम डिस्पोजिशनल डोमेन, बायोलॉजिकल डोमेन, इंट्रासाइकिक डोमेन, कॉग्निटिव एक्सपीरियंशियल डोमेन, सोशल और कल्चरल डोमेन, एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द एडजस्टमेंट डोमेन. लेकिन ये जितनी भी थ्योरीज हैं उन सब का फोकस ये है कि वो कुछ ऐसे एरियाज हैं ह्यूमन नेचर के जिनको जरूर टच करें, जिनके बारे में ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन आपको और मुझे दें. वो कौन से एरियाज हैं? लेट्स हैव अ लिस्ट ऑफ देम. नंबर 1, जीन्स. नंबर 2, स्टेजेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. नंबर 3, मोटिवेशन. नंबर 4, लर्निंग. नंबर 5, परसेप्शन. नंबर 6, ट्रेट्स. Number 7, emotions. Number 8, temperament and body types. Number 9, neurosis or anxiety disorders. Number 10, conscious or unconscious aspects. Number 11, therapy. And number 12, defense mechanism. जनाब, अब बात आपसे हो रही है कि क्या एक ऐसी थ्योरी, परफेक्ट ग्रैंड थ्योरी हमारे पास है जो कि ह्यूमन नेचर के बारे में एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कंप्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन दे, which can be taken as a standard, as a yardstick to refer to, and that theory should be very comprehensive and complete. Dear students, in psychology we have got different perspectives or approaches. We have covered some 17 theories with you, और ये जो 17 theories आपके साथ हमने की हैं, they are belonging to different domains. कुछ डिस्पोजिशनल डोमेन को कवर करेंगे, कुछ इंट्रासाइकिक डोमेन को कवर करेंगे, कुछ बायोलॉजिकल डोमेन को कवर करेंगे, कुछ सोशल कल्चरल डोमेन के ऊपर फोकस करेंगे, कुछ कॉग्निटिव एक्सपीरियंशियल डोमेन को फोकस करें, कुछ एडजस्टमेंट डोमेन को फोकस करें. सो बेसिकली देयर आर दीज 6 डोमेन्स इन विच वी फाइंड डिफरेंट थ्योरीज. और ये जो डिफरेंट थ्योरीज डिफरेंट डोमेन्स की हैं, उनका फोकस और उनका एम्फेसिस ह्यूमन नेचर के डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स पे है. हमने आपके सामने एक बड़ी लंबी लिस्ट दी जिसमें हमने कहा कि ये वो तमाम एस्पेक्ट्स हैं रिलेटेड टू ह्यूमन पर्सनैलिटी, रिलेटेड टू ह्यूमन बिहेवियर, विच शुड बी कवर्ड बाय पर्सनैलिटी थ्योरीज. जिसमें हमने सबसे पहले कहा जीन्स. ऑल थ्योरीज ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी endorse the important role of genes and heredity in personality development. In the past, there was an emphasis on whether it's genes which are important or is it environment which is important. The nature-nurturance controversy is now over. Today we know that both genes and environment contribute equally in personality development. अगर आप याद कीजिए, हमारी जो पहली थ्योरी थी सिगमंड फ्रॉइड की, well that is labeled as a biological theory of personality, जिसमें फोकस हेरिडिटी, जीन्स और आपके मैसेज विच यू आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम द पेरेंट्स. नाउ ऑलमोस्ट ऑल theories endorse the concept that genes and heredity is important. शुरू में कुछ theories फोकस कर रही थी जो सिर्फ जीन्स को इम्पोर्टेंस दे रही थी, कुछ थ्योरीज ऐसी थी जो सिर्फ एनवायरनमेंट को इम्पोर्टेंस दे रही थी और एक कंट्रोवर्सी थी. टुडे वी नो दैट द नेचर नर्चरेंस कंट्रोवर्सी इज ओवर. वी नो टुडे दैट जीन्स एंड एनवायरनमेंट कंट्रीब्यूट इक्वली इन द ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट. दे कंट्रीब्यूट इक्वली इन पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट. नंबर 2, स्टेजेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. जनाब, बात यूं है कि बहुत सारी पर्सनैलिटी थ्योरीज हैं. फ्रॉइड की पर्सनैलिटी थ्योरी, यूंग की पर्सनैलिटी थ्योरी, एरिक एरिक्सन की पर्सनैलिटी थ्योरी, वेयर द फोकस इज ऑन स्टेजेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट एंड एवरी स्टेज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट इज एम्फसाइज्ड, एंड एट एवरी स्टेज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट फिजिकल साइकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट्स आर टेकिंग प्लेस, एंड एवरी स्टेज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट इज इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट. फ्रॉइड के लिए भी, यूंग के लिए भी और एरिक एरिक्सन के लिए भी. ऑल स्टेजेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट कंट्रीब्यूट इक्वली इन द हेल्दी डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल. नंबर 3, मोटिवेशन. मोटिवेशन इज सेंट्रल टू मोस्ट थ्योरीज ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी. बायोलॉजिकल मोटिव्स, दैट इज नीड फॉर एयर, वाटर, फूड, पेन एंड हीट एंड कोल्ड अवॉइडेंस. Second, there are social motives which develop on the biological motives, especially self-esteem that is based on approval and self-actualization. बहुत सारी theories हैं, लेकिन अगर हम focus करें मैस्लो की need theory पे, तो if you can conceptualize the same triangle, this triangle has got a broader base where the physiological needs are at the bottom of the triangle. Then we move towards safety needs, and then towards love and belongingness, then self-esteem, and then self-actualization. Now, biological motives are important. Air, food, avoidance of pain, heat, cold, ये बहुत अहम है. and based on these biological or let's say physiological motives is the psychological motives, और पहले biological motives satisfy होंगे तो then the individual is or move in the direction of self-esteem or self-actualization. Number 4, learning. Dollard-Miller's stimulus response learning theory, as well as Skinner, Thorndike, Pavlov and Watson, who say that individual learns from his environment. Social learning includes imitation and modeling. This kind of learning is probably significant and vital for development of personality as advocated by Bandura. Another important area of human personality and that is learning. जनाब आज से हमने लर्निंग के पैराडाइम में बहुत सारी थेरीज की. सबसे पहले वी टॉक्ड अबाउट डॉलर्ड एंड मिलर्स स्टिमुलस रिस्पॉन्स थ्योरी, जिसमें हमारा फोकस था कि देयर इज अ स्टिमुलस एंड देयर इज अ रिस्पॉन्स. एज सून एज स्टिमुलस रिस्पॉन्स कनेक्शन इज सीमेंटेड दैट लीड्स टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ हैबिट. सो डॉलर्ड एंड मिलर वर फोकसिंग ऑन हैबिट्स and all our habits are actually stimulus response connections. उसके बाद जनाब हमने बहुत डिटेल में आपसे बात की स्किनर की ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग की. हमने ये कहा था कि इफ वी वांट द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ एनी बिहेवियर टू इंक्रीज वी शुड रीइंफोर्स दैट बिहेवियर, और उसके लिए वी शुड यूज रीइंफोर्समेंट और रिवॉर्ड. Positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement is going to increase the frequency of a response. Punishment and extinction is going to decrease the frequency of undesirable or faulty behavior. उसके बाद जनाब हमने बहुत डिटेल में बेंड्यूरा की सोशल लर्निंग थ्योरी के ऊपर बात की, जिसका मेन फोकस ये था कि चिल्ड्रन लर्न बिहेवियर बाय इमिटेटिंग देयर एल्डर्स and they learn by observing models. So it is learning by observation, and this is a very important type of learning that takes place. जनाब बात यूं है कि all our behavior, observable behavior and covert behavior, that is overt वो जो नजर आ रहा है और covert जो नजर नहीं आ रहा है, that is the result of learning. और ये एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट एरिया है ऑफ ह्यूमन पर्सनैलिटी, फुली कवर्ड बाय जिन लोगों के मैंने अभी आपके साथ नाम लिए, डॉलर्ड एंड मिलर, पैवलॉव, थॉर्नडाइक, स्किनर, वॉटसन, बेंड्यूरा, all very eminent behavioral theorists, and they have contributed a lot to the learning paradigm. Number 5, perception. Kelly, Rogers and Maslow emphasize on the fact that the way an individual perceives reality is the basis of individual differences or uniqueness of people. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है perception की. It was basically Kelly, Rogers and Maslow who are emphasizing on how you perceive reality. Kelly की तो जो cognitive theory of personality है उसका focus ही ये है कि event is one and two people are viewing that event, but they interpret it, they label it differently because of the construct system, because of the cognition, because of the perception that they have. So it is our perception which colors our view. It's your perception which make you see things. So, Janab, it is basically Kelly, Rogers, Maslow who are talking about the role of perception in determining your personality. So, that is a very important area of human personality. Number 6, traits. Alport's cardinal and central traits and Cattell's unique, common, surface, source traits. They focus on the traits that an individual possesses. Trait is mental structure or a trait is a predisposition or way to respond in a manner to various kinds of stimuli. उसके बाद जनाब बहुत सारे ऐसे personality theorists हैं जिसमें the eminent ones are Alport and Kettle, who thinks that traits are the mental structures, or traits are predisposition, how you respond to a set of stimuli. Now, one is focusing on cardinal or central traits, the other is focusing on unique traits, common traits, surface traits and source traits. लेकिन फोकस यही है इसी चीज पे कि ट्रेड्स आर मेंटल स्ट्रक्चर्स और दे आर योर वे ऑफ रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू डिफरेंट स्टिमुलाई. नंबर 7, इमोशंस. इमोशंस और फीलिंग्स ऑफ एंजाइटी, fear, guilt, shame, grief, depression, anger, sadness, aggression and hostility are some of the key emotional states that the personality psychologists are concerned with, and they work on these emotions. Freud was interested in anxiety, hostility and aggression, whereas the humanistic psychologists are concerned with anger and hostility management. The behaviorists focus on learning of faulty and negative emotions and their modification. Dear students, emotions or feelings are a very important area of an individual's personality. हमने एक बड़ी तवील लिस्ट और फहरिस्त आपको दी related to different emotions. Now, different perspectives or different approaches in personality psychology interpret emotions differently. For example, for Freud, anger, anxiety, hostility is very important. And for humanistics, anger and hostility management is very important. For behaviorists, all your faulty and negative emotions, जिसमें anxiety भी है, shame भी है, guilt भी है, hostility भी है, anger भी है, ये बहुत अहम है. इनको वो faulty और negative emotions कहते हैं. And their modification or unlearning is also very important. So see, emotions is an important aspect of your personality. The psychoanalysts or the intra-psychic domain psychologists are interpreting it differently. The behaviorists are interpreting it differently, and the humanistics have a different focus. So emotions और feelings हैं. इंट्रासाइकिक का फोकस जो है वो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट और एंजाइटी पे है, ह्यूमनिस्टिक्स का फोकस एंगर पे है, और बिहेवियरिस्ट का फोकस है कि जितने नेगेटिव फॉल्टी इमोशंस हैं उनकी अनलर्निंग और उनकी मॉडिफिकेशन इज वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड द बिहेवियरिस्ट हैव इवन गिवन अ नंबर ऑफ टेक्निक्स. अगर आप पीछे की तरफ जाइए तो हमने बड़ी डिटेल में आपके साथ बात की हुई है शेपिंग की, सक्सेसिव अप्रॉक्सीमेशन की, अवर्जन टेक्निक की, असर्शन टेक्निक की, और सिस्टमैटिक डिसेंसिटाइजेशन, टोकन इकोनॉमी, टाइम आउट. ये वो सारी टेक्निक्स थी जो बिहेवियरिस्ट इस्तेमाल करते हैं इन अनलर्निंग ऑफ नेगेटिव और फॉल्टी इमोशंस. सो दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन. नंबर 8, टेम्परामेंट एंड बॉडी टाइप्स. William Sheldon correlated specific body type with a specific temperament. Number 1, ectomorph, slender, lean and tall with a mean miserly temperament. Mesomorph, muscular, well-built with an adventurous temperament. And endomorph, fat and plump people who are happy-go-lucky type temperament. जनाब, अगर लेट्स गो बैक टू शेल्डन सोमैटोटाइप थ्योरी, जहाँ पे हमारे पास एक्टोमॉर्फ, मीजोमॉर्फ और एंडोमॉर्फ्स थे, और हमने ये कहा कि एक्टोमॉर्फ्स आर लीन एंड टॉल एंड दे हैव गॉट अ मीन माइजरली टेम्परामेंट. द मीजोमॉर्फ्स आर मस्कुलर एंड वेल बिल्ट and they are the ones who have a temperament for being adventurous, for taking some few risks. And then we have got endomorphs, those people who are fat and plump and those who are happy-go-lucky type of people. So जनाब, temperament और type theories आपके पास हैं जो आपकी एक specific body type को शेल्डन ने correlate किया है with a specific temperament. So a specific body type related with a specific temperament. whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, but the theory is there. Number 9, neurosis or anxiety disorders. According to Karen Horney, a child with loving parents, peers and teachers can overcome abuse, neglect, sickness and parents' death, divorce, or learn to cope with insecurity and basic anxiety. Adler and Rogers considers unconditional positive regard, need for positive regard, love, approval, respect, attention, essential for healthy growth and development. Otherwise, it leaves the child with poor or low self-esteem. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर्स या न्यूरोसिस की. हमारे पास उसमें दो मॉडल्स, दो थेरीज हैं. एक आपने की थी डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वी डिस्कस्ड विद यू Karen Horney's theory of personality. Now Karen Horney is of the view that if a child is loved, respected, attended to by the parents, by the teachers, by peers, by siblings, this child will be able to take child abuse, parental death, parental divorce, all harshness in life. So अगर बच्चे को लव मिले, sympathy मिले, friendship मिले, he will be able to face all the harshness in life. और वो harshness जिसे मैं कह रही हूँ that relates with parents' death, parents' divorce, child abuse or other negative behaviors as well. Then we have got another important theory. It was Adler's individual theory of personality, and it was basically Rogers' concept of positive regard, unconditional positive regard, need for approval, need for attention and love. So अगर बच्चे को unconditional positive regard मिल रहा है, his behavior, he is getting approval, love, sympathy, well, he is going to develop into a healthy, well-adjusted individual. Or agar he is not getting, if he is not getting unconditional positive regard, it is only then that he is going to develop low or poor self-esteem, and that will lead to inferiority complex भी आप कह सकते हैं, and poor adjustment, or a feeling of worthlessness, a marked feeling of worthlessness in the child will be there. Number 10, conscious and the unconscious. Freud talked about the conscious, the pre-conscious or the subconscious, the unconscious, and Jung talked about personal unconscious, collective unconscious and archetypes. Dear students, there is another important area of human nature or personality, that is conscious and unconscious. Well, let us go back to Freud's theory. Freud was talking about conscious, pre-conscious or subconscious and unconscious. You are listening to me. That is your conscious experience. Recall the events that you did last night just before going to bed. That is your pre-conscious or subconscious realm of area. And unconscious, you can question yourself. Why is it that you are having a nightmare? Why is it that you are afraid of darkness? So that is unconscious. Now, it was Sigmund Freud who first began talking about the conscious, the pre-conscious and the unconscious. But he neglected the conscious part and focused entirely. His main area of interest and focus became the unconscious. बात तो उसने शुरू की conscious, pre-conscious और unconscious की. लेकिन emphasis और main interest उसका जो रहा वो किस पे रहा? वो रहा entirely on unconscious. Then let's go to Jung. Jung was talking about personal unconscious, और personal unconscious में जनाब the concept of complex was there. और then he talked about the collective unconscious, और collective unconscious में archetypes. That is, it's a storehouse of ancestral memories that you inherit from your parents, from your fathers, from your forefathers. यानी वो सारे इवेंट्स जब से ये दुनिया बनी है आपने नहीं देखे, but according to you get a trace of all those events in form of memories, in form of images that you inherit from your fathers, from your ancestors, और वो हैं archetypes. और यूं के जो archetypes हैं वो बहुत important हैं. Then number 11 is therapy. It is somewhat surprising that for all the variation in theories, there is a considerable agreement regarding the concept of psychotherapy. एक बहुत अहम चीज कि जितनी हमने 17 की 17 personality theories आपके साथ की, belonging to different perspectives, different approaches, different domains of personality psychology, लेकिन एक चीज जो इन सब में common है वो है the area of psychotherapy. All of these personality theories, they think that when an individual is emotionally disturbed, when an individual is suffering from anxiety, conflict, depression, or any other disorder, psychotherapy or treatment is essential. So there is agreement or there is uniformity on this particular concept. और उसमें सारा focus ये है कि there should be rapport development between client and therapist. Awareness or insight should be created into the client about his problem. And by using a number of techniques, one can help the client in adjustment. So आप कह सकते हैं कि psychotherapy is that particular area related to human personality where we see that all personality theorists have an agreement or there is a consensus. Number 12, defense mechanisms. According to Anna Freud, all defense mechanisms, number 1, they operate on unconscious level and therefore they are self-deceptive. Number 2, they distort one's perception of reality so as to make anxiety less threatening to the individual. And number 3, they protect the ego. We can have a large list of defense mechanisms as given to us by Freud or Karen Horney to defend the ego. These defense mechanisms are projection, displacement, rationalization, regression, blind spots, cynicism. जनाब एक बहुत interesting area related to human personality and that is defense mechanisms. Anna Freud says that there are 3 characteristics in all defense mechanisms. Number 1, they operate at the unconscious level. सिवाय sublimation के जितने defense mechanisms हैं, all of them operate at the unconscious level. Number 2, they distort reality to make you less anxious. And number 3, they protect your ego. तो 3 चीजें बहुत अहम है जनाब. जितने डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म्स हैं कि वो अनकॉन्शियस लेवल पे ऑपरेट करें, वो रियलिटी को डिस्टॉर्ट करते हैं और वो आपकी ईगो को जनाब प्रोटेक्ट करें. हमारे पास थ्योरी है सिगमंड फ्रॉइड की और हमारे पास थ्योरी है कैरन हॉर्नी की. सिगमंड फ्रॉइड तो ईगो डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म्स कह रहे और कैरन हॉर्नी इज लेबलिंग इट एज कोपिंग स्ट्रेटजीज और कोपिंग स्टाइल्स और स्टाइल्स ऑफ कोपिंग विद एंजाइटी. सो लेबल फर्क है. फ्रॉइड के लिए डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म्स हैं, कैरन हॉर्नी के लिए it's adjustment techniques to anxiety, how an individual adjusts to anxiety. लेकिन जो लिस्ट हमारे पास दोनों की आती है वो ऑलमोस्ट देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ ओवरलैपिंग. उसमें प्रोजेक्शन भी है, उसमें डिस्प्लेसमेंट भी है, उसमें रैशनलाइजेशन भी है, उसमें रिग्रेशन भी है, उसमें रिप्रेशन भी है, उसमें ब्लाइंड स्पॉट भी है, उसमें सिनिकिज्म. बट द मेन टारगेट और फोकस इज वेदर इट्स फ्रॉइड or whether it's Karen Horney they both think that we use defense mechanisms to, let's say, make an adjustment with anxiety that we come across in our normal everyday life activity. Dear students, we have been talking to you about a number of areas which each and every, almost, some theories are focusing on genes, some theories are focusing on stages of development, some theories are focusing on motivation, others take into account perception, कुछ का focus therapy पे, कुछ का focus anxiety disorders पे. So, the question that we began initially, our lecture number 39 was, is there an ultimate grand theory of personality? और हमने शुरू में ही आपसे कहा था कि नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. An ultimate theory of personality is not possible in personality psychology, which is still a developing science, and it is not as scientific as biology, physics or chemistry. जनाब, जितनी भी नेचुरल साइंसेज हैं, चाहे वो बायोलॉजी हो, फिजिक्स हो, केमिस्ट्री हो, they have got their highly developed set of tools, they have got a highly developed mechanisms of exploring different phenomena. Personality psychology is still in its infancy period. It's still in its emerging, developing stage. So, an ultimate theory of personality is not available. An ultimate theory of personality is not there. और शायद एक 20 साल बाद, 30 साल बाद शायद देखने में आ जाए, बट एट प्रेजेंट नो. हम कह सकते हैं कि कुछ थेरीज पर्सनैलिटी की ऐसी हैं जो बहुत सारे पर्सनैलिटी एरियाज को कवर करें. वो फ्रॉइड की थेरी हो सकती है, और मैस्लो की थेरी हो सकती है, रॉजर्स की थेरी हो सकती है, स्किनर की थेरी हो सकती है, एल्बर्ट एलिस की थेरी हो सकती है, बट वी जस्ट कांट पिक वन and label one as an ultimate, a grand personality theory. Dear students, today we have tried to cover a very important topic with you. I hope you have enjoyed listening to it as much as I have enjoyed talking to all of you. Take very good care of yourself. Please go through the PowerPoint slides and the Word document that is available on the web page of Personality Psychology. Up till our next lecture, it's Khuda Hafiz from Virtual University Studio.